Hey everybody, morning to you. Hope you guys are doing well. And of course, we've got lots of fun to talk about today. So live stream number 1 on Hex Token channel, your host Suitman in the house. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And of course, we are getting kind of things that we expect to get, right? Which is why we talk about them. That's why we're talking about them, because things are coming, things are happening. And of course, let me stop talking and let me get into it. All right, let's get into a chat and say hello. Don't forget to subscribe on the way in. And, of course, hit that bell on the way in as well. Subscribe and hit the bell. It's easy to do. And, of course, don't forget to hit the like button as well. Might as well do that. And, of course, good morning to you. And if you're down under in Australia, New Zealand, Pacific Islands, good morning to you. And, of course, if you're up in the north, in the US, in the UK, Europe, somewhere like that, hello to you. If you're over in India or China, Middle East or Africa, somewhere like I don't know what time it is there, but that's probably somewhere between. So hello to you. And of course, Latin America, big shout out over there as well. Is a place I certainly want to go to. It's like Argentina and places like that. Looks like some pretty interesting places there too. So let's get into it. We've got Dave down under. Dave down under, Hex pump on the way. Let's see. We'll find out. We're going to get into the price chart. So we're going to look at stock market first. We're going to look at the crypto markets and then, of course, get into the Hex ecosystem prices and, of course, news about Maximus. We're going to talk about that. That is coming up imminently. And, of course, we're going to get into the Hex daily stats as well. So stay tuned for all that. And I think we've got 1 or 2 more other items as well. So very, very cool. And we've got John Gibbons in the house. Woo! Good to see you, John. Brennan in the house there too. Morning, Suitman and family. Good to see Brennan too. Jerome Tarua's in the house. Hey, Tarua. Wow. Woo, cool. And, of course, morning from Hamilton, New Zealand, says Jerome. Good to see you, Jerome. And a big shout out to you. And Ivor Biggins in there. Yo from Brisbane. Hey, good to see you. Yeah, let me know in the chat where you are from at the moment. Where you're watching from. That'd be pretty cool. We've got a few people, obviously, from in Australia, New Zealand there. Let us know in the chat. Yeah, boy, says PC in the Matrix. Yeah. Hey, that's the way we roll. Guess what? Here's breaking news for you. Breaking alpha drop. We are 1 day closer to Pulsechain. 1 day closer to Pulsechain. Okay, rug pull. All right, we are 1 day closer to Pulsechain, but that is true. Whenever that is, we are 1 day closer. All right, cool. Let's get into it, folks. Oh, we got BTC says from Knoxville, Tennessee. Cheers, ABC. Nice one. Tennessee, beautiful state, isn't it? A beautiful state. In the United States there. So big welcome to BC. Hey, everybody, Hex Huddle in the house as well. Good to see Hex Huddle. We've got a few people coming in, haven't we, at this stage? And so very, very nice. All right, cool. Let's get into it. We've got the stock market news now. Obviously, yesterday we did relatively well. It was still down yesterday. Remember the Dow and the S&P were down like 0.5%. The NASDAQ was down 1%. Well, that's continued. And I think I said on the weekend, I said, maybe Monday, Tuesday, we might see the red days, although yesterday was better than expected, right? Monday wasn't as bad as I expected. I did say, we'll probably get a red day on Monday, Tuesday, possibly Wednesday, but we may get a bit of a relief rally in the middle of the week. We will see. So let's have a look here. We've got some more news, so we're going to get into all that around the markets as well. Now, if you haven't seen it yesterday, probably about 10 hours or 11 hours ago, I released, it was actually 12 hours ago, I released a video on September's economic indicators. Check that out if you want to put that into your calendar. There are indicators around employment, inflation, and of course the Fed interest rate hikes. So check out that video. I'll be doing those every month just to help people out. And of course, it is more important now, as we're moving from cheap money into more expensive money to know when those indicators are coming up. Because if you do an investment decision and the next day, and especially if you're doing something that's shorter, and the next day this news comes out and you weren't aware of it and it is negative, then you're going to get caught out, right? You're going to get caught out. We could get, it could be one of those pieces of news that cause cascade failure. So you just never know. It's good to know though. So cool. Let's get into it. Dow Jones, the top 30 industrials in the United States, down 308 points, just under 1% to 31,790. The S&P 500 is down 44 points, just over 1% there at 3,986. The NASDAQ, with a lot of the tech companies in it, is down 134 points, or just over 1%, 1.1%. And, of course, it is at 11,883 there. The dollar index is pretty flat. And of course, let's jump over to the commodities and see where the oil is at. So West Texas, there is up 28 cents or 33 cents there now. It's still open, of course. That's at just under $92. Brent oil there is just down slightly 3 cents at $98. That is closed in red. Obviously, green is still open. And of course, let's have a look at gold. Gold at $17.34, silver at 18, and both of them, fairly flat there. So that's pretty much soybeans just down slightly too. Now, obviously, the oil going back under $100 for Brent oil, that's kind of good. Keeps the inflation down for August. Remember, we're going to get August inflation numbers in September. Check out my video on economic indicators for that. So that's pretty much the market. So down 1% pretty much, as you could say. That is where it is. So let's have a look at some of the commentary. The Dow stumbled for a third day Tuesday as data pointing to a tight labor market and robust consumer confidence bolstered expectations for the Federal Reserve to stay the course on monetary policy tightening. So obviously a tight labor market means that employment's still pretty good. Means more demand pressure. A robust consumer confidence also suggests that consumers are still buying and intend on buying, so it's all demand. So both demand factors there, bullish for inflation, basically pushing inflation higher. That's kind of the general jits there. So therefore, we still need interest rate to dampen down the demand side. Remember, interest rate's about damping down the demand side, but of course, it's kind of a blunt instrument. So that's why we talk about recession and hard landings and things like that. All right, so the job openings expected. Job openings came in. The forecast was 10.47 million, and the actual came in at 11.239 million, with the previous 11.04 million. So that was the job openings, and they unexpectedly climbed back to record levels in July. Imagine that, 11. If we had 11 million job openings in good old Kiwi land, we would have to import about another 11 million or so, maybe 11.1 million just to fill the jobs. That'd be funny. All right, so not that funny actually, because then the place will be flooded with people. So that's already bad enough as it is. Unexpectedly climbed back to record levels in July. The consumer confidence, of course, let's have a look at that. That was 103 actual. The forecast was 97.9, and of course that's high. The previous was 95, so it's even better than July's numbers. So sorry, even better than July's. Yeah. The consumer confidence top estimates to hit the highest level since May, adding further credence to the Fed's recent messaging that more needs to be done to slow the economy and taper inflation. They need to get to the editor there. All right, so cool. New York Federal Reserve Bank President John Williams. So if it wasn't, we've got two strong demand sides there for higher interest rates. New York Federal Reserve Bank President John Williams continued the recent hawkish Fed talk. Remember, hawkish means more aggressive. Dovish means not doing much, like being very sanguine, so not doing too much there. So it's very hawkish at the moment. Interest rates may need to rise a little bit or somewhat above 3.5% to cool price pressures. So there we are. That is giving a bit of an indication there. So inflation expected to be between 2.5% and 3% next year. Interest rates, so that's where they want to get them to, 2.5% to 3%. Interest rates will need to rise a little bit or somewhat above 3.5% to cool pressures. Now, obviously, the federal fund rates is between 2.25 and 2.5 at the moment. Treasury yields continue to ride aggressive rate hikes, bets higher, keeping growth sectors in the market sensitive to rising rates in the firing line. Now, obviously, that's what's happening in treasury markets, but let's have a quick look at the big tech stocks. Obviously, they were led lower by a 1% slip in Apple, while semiconductor stocks added to recent lows after Citi warned the sector could drop another 25%, pressured by lower demand and inventory overloads. Now, energy, of course, also played a bigger role in the broader market downturn, paced by a decline in oil prices, as we saw the oil prices dip back under the $100 there. And, of course, as Russia pushed back against expectations that OPEC was mulling production cuts, Russia media outlet TASS reported, citing an unnamed source. That was pretty much it. On the earnings front, though, retailers remain in focus following better than expected quarterly results. So we're still getting, decent reports. Obviously, next quarter is going to be really key. What's happening with we had pretty good results in the last earnings season that we just sort of wrapped up. What is the next quarter going to be? So we'll be looking at that too. So there we are. That's pretty much the highlights. I'm not going to go through the rest of those. But that's pretty much that at this stage. So let's get back into crypto. We're going to jump into crypto here. BTC, obviously BTC was up like 20,400 yesterday. That has come down to 19,900 here, or 9,866, down 2% there. Obviously, 19,750 is kind of that important level. So if it breaks through that, down it will go again. And of course, last time we saw it do a local low, it went down to what, about 17,400, somewhere in that ballpark, 17,500. ETH, of course, is our only hope, as we say in Star Wars. It's got the merge coming up on the 15th of September, and of course that now is about 16 days away. So we will see whether we get another round of hype in the market for the ETH merge coming up. So that's down 1% at the moment at 15.36, so not too bad. And BNB is down 1% as well to 282. So following obviously stock market there. That's kind of the markets at the moment. We're going to get into the Hex price. Before we do that, let's catch up on the chat. We've probably got a few more in the chat there, so let's catch up on that. Where else are we going? I think I started something there. Hello, everybody from Hex Huddle. Now, Stake Hex says, shout out from Carolina Beach, North Carolina. Now, Stake Hex, I've actually been to North Carolina, not to Carolina Beach on the coast, but I was in kind of the middle of North Carolina. I went to a wedding there once, Stake Hex. So that's a very green place. I think from memory, valleys with lots of green little forests around the place. Yeah, I went to one town. I must have we had the wedding at one of the towns, so it's pretty funny. And are we really one day closer, says Dave? Well, that's interesting quotation there, but I'm pretty sure we're one day closer, Dave. Hey, Wookie, from outer space, says Wookie. Good to see Wookie in the house. Went and saw Kiss last night in concert. No way. Have they revealed themselves yet? Do we know who they are? I'm just kidding. Remember when they revealed themselves and they lost a lot of support after they revealed themselves? But of course, they've managed to build themselves back, I guess. The old Kiss band there. Greetings, everybody. James Bond in the house. InvestX as well. Hello, everybody. Good to see you, InvestX. Tintop is out. Well, what up, Tintop? Good to see Tintop too. Crypto Freedom, good afternoon, Suitman. On my way, listening, love. Whoop whoop. PLS, PLSX, and Hex for the win. I like that. I'm sure we'll get Lies Beneath in there soon. Kiss, wow. How are they even still alive, says Wookie? That'd be pretty good in concert, actually. That'd be one of the better bands, I would have thought. Assuming their voices are still holding up, I think that that'd be pretty good. Hi, all from Bloodfish King. Is super consistent with his live streams. What a hero. I appreciate that, BFK. And Katie in the house as well. Hello, everybody. Christian Colin. Hello, everyone. Here waiting for the launch of Team. Got my Maxi ready. Well done, Christian. And Christian had a few questions yesterday, I remember. So it's good for that. We're going to talk about the Maxi versus Hex price in a second. Hold on. We're going to get to that. Just going through the comments. Empty Corner in the house as well. Jimrat Crypto, another content creator out there. Keep up the great work. Jimrat Crypto spreading the word about Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex. And of course, Akosa Hedron, Maxi also leading the way there too. Names in the house. They're good to see name. Hex Token channel member. Are you the first Hex Token channel? No, we got James in the house. James too. You're the second Hex. We got James and name in the house as a Hex Token channel member. Yeah, if you want to become a channel member, hit the join button. We've got Pulsechins, Hexkins, and the Richard Hart Club. Just a cool way of supporting the channel. So get into it. Hit the join button, and I'll see you soon. All right, Wookie says, Dave Down Under, Kiss were old when I was a teen, and I'm old now. Lol, says Wookie. That's funny. Pulse Unity's in house. Hi, and DB Cooper X. Good to see DB Cooper. Now, we already gave the update earlier around Pulsechain. DB Cooper, it's one day closer. One day closer. Good to see DB in the house. Didn't Kiss reveal themselves during the last millennia? I think so. It was a while ago. I know what you're going to, Hexodal. I know what you're eating. We're gonna end it there. Hey, get Hex in the house there. Good morning, everybody. All right, cool. Let's get into the Hex price. We've got what's it? 4 cents here. We've got the top of the Bollinger Bands in blue, top 95% of the price range, all the way down to the bottom 5%. Man, the Bollinger Bands is really wide now. Obviously, with this big rise up and big fall down. And, of course, this trend reversal has played out pretty technically well there. Back down here. Despite having a strong move down, it's managed to play out. And, of course, The bottom of the Bollinger Bands is at 3.2 cents. The top at just under 7.1. The red line is the 50% line. That's where the 50% of the price range, and that is currently at 5.16 cents. The EMA 13 in yellow is at 4.4 cents. The market price is just under 4.1 cents at the moment. We've had a high of 4.2, a low of 4 cents, and that's where we are. Let's see if we've got any other indicators to give us any idea of where we're going there. Now, 4 cents does seem to be a reasonably good support area, for the time being. Let's see what we've still got the sellers in control over the buyers. So sellers are still in control there. Let's have a look at the RSI down. RSI down there with the sellers in control. But honestly, if we have a little reversal, well, we will be on the way up. But I imagine this is going to keep either zigzagging sideways or go down a little bit here. And let's have a look at the stochastic. Stochastic looking good though. Stochastic indicating perhaps a leader indicator that we're going to be up on the move soon, assuming that the wider crypto market is able to absorb and move on from the interest rate hikes expected to come up. But of course, we expect a lot of volatility during that time frame. I think you can see more and more why I think there's like a window of opportunity up at least until the ETH merge. Then after that, we're going to potentially, could get quite volatile with the interest rate rise on the 21st of September. Obviously, between that time, we're still going to have inflation and employment data coming out, feeding into the decision for August. So the August numbers are feeding into the September decision. So we'll be watching that as well. But volatility is in the house. Let's see where we're going. So that's kind of where we're at the stage. So a possibility of holding this line here at the moment, or just slightly going up is possible. We're still in the downtrend though. And we'll see whether that 3.8 or closer to 4 cent mark here will hold us up. So a bit uncertainty there. I'm not going to make any particular call, but we had one little positive thing with the stochastic RSI suggesting maybe we'll get a bit higher in prices, assuming the market calms down a bit. All right, so cool. That is Hex. Let's jump away. We're going to have a look at the whale bot over the last 24 hours. Had 125 million in stake there. Look at that. That's huge. 23 hours ago, they got a 16% ROI on that. 400 days served too. So got that coming out there. And then they just staked again. They staked straight away for 214 days and got themselves 6,443 T-shares. So that's an interesting strategy. 214 days. That's an interesting one. Trying to think about that. They went for $400 and then they subbed. They took the interest off though. They scraped the interest off. 21.8 million. Can you believe it? 21.8 million Hex reward they got off. They scraped off that. So that's what they got there. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. And that's what I talk about. This is kind of the example I said. People, this is not a short-term stake, but this is a 400-day one. They scrape the interest rate off and then put the rest back in. That's a better way of managing the whole ecosystem overall. But of course, not everybody does that, right? Not everybody does that. But that is pretty cool. Let's scroll up the top here. Hey, I think we just got a new member in the house there. We got Pulse Unity. Good to see you. Welcome to the Hex Token channel members. A big shout out, and I got to do the Superman bow down. Hey, welcome to the team, and I do appreciate support big time. So welcome to the Hex Token channel. Woo! All right, so you got new emojis now. You can put some emojis in. I always encourage you to put the emojis in there, Pulse Unity. As you first kick on there, you got some emojis now. Also, if you get into Discord, we will upgrade your name. If you're in Discord at all, you'll upgrade your name and you'll get a purple name in there as one of the Hex Token channel members. You can see other people that are Hex Token channel members with purple names. And if just let us know when you get in there. What's this? Is this Vitalik? That's Vitalik there. That's pretty hilarious. I don't know where Vitalik gets all these funny images from, but that is pretty funny. All right, so cool. Where are we up to there? Yeah, we're up to the whale bot there. So big shout out. Now we're going to cover other comments as well. Might as well read those. Bane names in the house here. Hello. Good to see you. Refine's in the house. Good to see you. They are too old now. They don't need makeup to look like Coast, says Wookie. That's funny. You're not the cutie on the meme, Superman. What happened? You're not the cutie on the meme. That's pretty funny, Cape Figure. And of course, hello, Superman. Hexkin says Cape Figure. Hi guys. Good to see you. Says Pulse Unity. Welcome. And there's a rocket. You got a rocket. You got some other emojis too there. You got the Pulsechain, the Pulsex. Thank you. Will do, says Pulse Unity. Nice one. Tell 7 in the house. What's the hell? That was the image, lol. And I'm not sure what that means, but what image? Not sure what that is. BEW Group. Hey, heaps of stakes coming to an end. Early September. What do you think that will do? We were going to talk about that shortly. And of course, I had to post that image, as Brennan. What the hell was? What the hell was that image with Vitalik? Yeah. That was pretty funny. Oh man, we got MT Corner as a member as well. Man, this is, I don't remember having 2 members for a long time. I think we had one other day. We had 2 members come in. So big shout out to you. MT Corner, have to do the Batsuitman bow down as well. So big shout out, MT Corner. And don't forget, use the, I'm not sure. Sometimes some people, when they're members, they're rejoining. So I tripped out. I'm not sure if MT Corner is a rejoin or a new member because MT Corner's been around for a while. But big shout out to MT Corner. Becoming a member, appreciate the support. And of course, check my pulse. What's up, Superman? Hey, good to see you. Check my pulse. Christine as well, my hero. Good day, everybody. Hey, Christine, good to see you. And Go Hex Go says check my pulse. Very, very cool. Just realized you had membership, says MD Coin. I see. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, because I was just going to say you've been around for a while. I can't remember whether you were just rejoining or something like that. We want the penalty, says BDC. Yeah. Ashley's in the house. Good to see Ashley. Don't forget to use some of the emojis there, MT Corner. Christian Collins says, do you think Hex will go down to 3 cents no matter what? Time to buy at 4 cents is still a good price. Well, 4 cents is a good price. But hey, the market may take us down to 3 cents. So we just never know. It just depends on how negative the interest rate environment gets. That's why I talk about it all the time. Now, in the Hex, we can say that the TA can tell us a certain amount of stuff, but people who are holding quite liquid bags can wreck the TA charts and can sell and buy at any time. So that's just the way it goes. And Pulse Unity in there. Nice one with the rockets. Glad to be around, says Pulse Unity. Very, very cool. Brian, ahead of our 5555 moderated club, says welcome to both of you. So it's a big welcome there from Brian. Cheers, Brian. All right, cool. Let us get in. Hey, MQ Corner, like that. That's the use of the emojis, man. That is the way you roll. That's how you do it. I say that in an Italian accent. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. All right, let's move on. All right, so we've got 40 million in staked as well. Some big stakes ending. And, of course, they got pretty nice reward as well. 73.5 million in stake for 4 days. He's one of these short stakers. 109 million stake for 41 days. Another short staker there. Remember, we're at the front of the wave, so we've got these, these larger holders that come out and then restake short term. Now, I see short term somewhere between 90 and 120 days, and of course they got large amounts of Hex, so they just keep scraping the interest, generally speaking, and then restaking. And of course, that's the front of the wall. But slowly over time, they break up and they spread out. Just the way it goes because they make different decisions. 25 million Hex in stake 12 hours ago. So lots of in stakes there, pretty large volumes. And you can see that there. Now, this is the first sell that we've had. So 7 hours ago, we had 3.7 million Hex sold. That's kind of where we are there. We had 3.6 million just bought for 150,000. That was 4 hours ago. So 3.6 million bought. So that was nice to see that. 4 million just bought 4 hours ago as well. So that's a big buy. So nice to see that. Welcome to the family. And of course, what else there? 4 hours ago, we had 3.6 million sold. So I don't know whether they're the same accounts, but we got the one sold there. That's kind of the whale bot. We're going to get into the charts though. And whoa, we got what's that? Brian's got something in there. Pulse Unity, glad to be around. And of course, Pulse there, smiling out with the starry eyes. So we like that. And of course, Brian gifted 5 Hex token memberships. Wow, really? Wow, that's fantastic, Brian. Appreciate that. Got to do a Superman bow down for that one. And that's just how we roll. We honor those who support the channel big time. Appreciate it. What's up, people? It's Mr. Profit in the house there. Woohoo, Brian. Woohoo. Yeah, no, I've actually never seen that, Brian. So that's pretty amazing. So it doesn't actually show up on my studio, unfortunately. So I can't actually put it up on the board there. It won't actually show up in the studio. So the studio is not registering it, but I can see it in the chat there. So big shout out there. as well. Let's see what that says. Gifted 5 Hex Token channel memberships. Wow, that's amazing. Big shout out to Brian. That is, I've never seen that before ever. I didn't even know you could do that. First 5 to claim. Hurry, says Brian. Yeah, get in there, folks. 5 memberships. Get in there. That's going to access you to some extra perks. You get emojis and other perks in there. Also in Discord as well. You get perks in there as well. Katie in the house. Woohoo, Brian. Yeah, Brian, absolutely. Nice haircut, says Sandra. Handsome. I appreciate that, Sandra. And of course, yeah, we're in training now. So, you know, I tried 2 times, remember, but I had something go wrong every time. So now I'm really going to try. We're about to enter winter here. This is the last day of winter here in New Zealand, technically, and we're getting into summer. So we've actually had rain for months. The last 3 days it's been like sunny, and hopefully things are getting a lot better. We haven't got rid of our terrible prime minister yet, but hopefully that's going to happen in the next election. But we haven't got a lot of better alternatives. You know, it's like you don't have better alternatives, but it's got to be better than the current one, right? It's got to be better than the current one. And Economy showed me in another chat the other day. Oh, nice one, Brian. How do you claim, says Brennan. How do you claim? Yeah, let us know how you claim that, because that's pretty cool. All right, nice one. Man, Brian, you shot me with that one. And Sandra Larson's, wow. Yeah, wow. All right, so cool. Yeah, getting in. So this is my day 3 walk. After this live stream, I'm going to go through my 3rd walk. And, of course, let's get it on. I've got big goals to achieve. As you guys know, I used to be a top physical athlete dancer. And, of course, I'm not going to be doing dancing, of course, anymore. But I want to get, really fit again. So going to work on that. And, of course, that's how I got my name Superman, from how amazing I was at dancing at the time. And I have no humility in dancing. When I'm on a dance stage, I pretty much show off, at least what I used to do anyway. But obviously, that takes years and years and years of training to do that. And of course, I'm well retired from that. So there we are. But I'm going to get myself fit as a fiddle. All right, so here we got Hex at the moment. We've got 4 cents on the Hex. We've talked about that already. And of course, we've got a kind of nice little bullish doji candle there on the daily at the moment. This is on the hourly there. This is on the hourly chart. So that's actually looking kind of positive. And we may get a little bit of an uptick there. Maxi, on the other hand, is currently, now I said to you yesterday I was going to move the charts around. And of course, I've got the charts here at 1.93 there at the moment. And of course, you can see that. So 1.93 is Maxi versus Hex. So yeah, that's a 94% premium of Maxi over Hex at the moment. Let's zoom in on this chart. Now this is the call that I made, right? You guys, I said I feel like we got Maxi, we got probably PLSD, and then probably Hedron again. Now Hedron is actually still holding up at this stage, so it may still sell off, but at the moment it's still holding up. We do have the supply sink in there. Obviously, the longer-term metrics are very bullish for Hedron, in my view. But, of course, in the short term, we could get some potential sell-off. But at the moment, is defying that. It did the first day. I said it the first day. Towards the first day, it did pull back. But, of course, it's defying it at the moment. So we're going to get into that. But at the moment, Maxi is playing out pretty well. And good call, right? Good call, because this is when I made the call. I made the call in here. And, of course, obviously, I was talking about it before that. Made the call in here, and away it's gone. And of course, I still think that this is the early days. We could still really move on here. Now, let's have a quick look at the Maximus update from Dipcatcher. Now, 4 hours ago, Dipcatcher posted this. Maximus team and perpetuals audit should arrive tomorrow. Maximus team and perpetuals audit should arrive tomorrow. This is 4 hours to go. So that's cool. You can see the correspondence between Dipcatcher, the dev for Maximus, who's making the team and perpetual products. We expected to get the report today. Just wondering so I can update our community so people can start preparing for launch. In other words, people need to get their Maxi ready for the team DAO token, and they need their Hex for the 4 perpetuals, the base, the trio, Lucky, and the Decky. So that's what he's talking about there. This is from the auditor. Hi, Tanto. We have one final peer review scheduled for tomorrow, and we'll send over your published report shortly after. Thank you for delivering patience, and we look forward to delivering this to you. So there we are. that looks like where it's at the moment. So looking forward to that tomorrow. So as we know, Dipcatcher is going to, assuming there's no big issues with the audit, he's going to look for a launch as soon as possible. So ASAP on the launch, and that's super bullish for Maxi, super bullish for Hex, and the volumes, if it does achieve the 600 million through the 4 perpetuals in whatever form, whether it goes all into heaps into one or another, that's really bullish for Hex moving forward. Even if we got 10% buying onto the market, say 60 million, that's bullish for Hex. If we obviously people need Maxi to get team, and of course that's bullish for Maxi. And remember, Maxi 20% is going to be burned. That's an instant burn. Whatever goes into the team is going to be burned 20%. So we got 293.3 million Maxi in supply. Whatever out of that goes into team and gets burnt 20%. That's amazing. 50% is going into the mystery box, and we don't have any expectations of that. But surely it's got to be benevolent in some form, is my guess. But we don't know. Benevolence can be seen from different perspectives. And of course, that's what's going to happen there. The other thing, of course, 30% is going into the reward pool for the 369 benefit. And that's like a supply sync, right? Because we won't see that come out until year 3, 6, and 9. So that's basically like a supply sync, like staking anyway. So whatever goes into the team from Maxi, that's kind of like a supply sync, subject to whatever the mystery box does with the 50% that it gets. So it's going to be pretty fascinating to see that, right? It's going to be pretty fascinating to see what happens there. So really great news. This is coming really, really close. This is super bullish. And like I say, the perpetuals themselves could be possibly, I don't know, depending on how you spin the numbers, they could be maybe 3x times more impactful than ICOSA HSI buybacks were. It could be maybe up to 6 times. It just depends on how you look at those numbers. And so, yeah, it's going to be pretty powerful. I'm very excited about that. So, cool. That's pretty much, I think, the update from him. Yeah, that's about it for that one. So that is the Maximus, and that's coming up this week. The chart, I think, is only warming up probably. But, of course, we have been up at 100% premium versus Hex twice now for Maxi. And, of course, that means that you need 2 Hex for 1 Maxi. So pretty interesting. Now, as we saw the price of Hex going down the last few hours, the premium on Maxi, let me just change the premium here. Excuse me. With Hex falling relatively to Maxi, the Maxi price at the moment, let's have a look at it, is 7.93 cents. So even the price of Maxi is down a little bit, but the premium versus Hex is actually on the rise, and it's at 94%. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, very cool. So basically I was calling it around the 68%, and it's really bolstered there. We had a big whale come in. We had some more significant buying coming in there too, large buyers, and of course, who knows where this could go. Could this go to 3 Hex per Maxi? I wouldn't be surprised. Definitely think it's got potential to do that, and we will see. So let me know in the chat what you guys think, though. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. So all right, let's jump over to Hetron, and of course, let's have a look at that. We've got Hetron on the left, and we've got ICOSA on the right there. Now, I've got the wrong chart for ICOSA, so I'm still going to have to fix it up, but I've got the Hex ICOSA. I want the Hex, the ICOSA USD chart, so I'm going to put that there. So that's going to come up there. And of course, we've got Hetron at the moment is at, what is it? Hetron Hex. Let me just switch this over. Have I got the wrong charts for both of these? Hex, Hetron. Let me look here. Yeah, I've got the wrong charts for both of these, so I'm going to have to redo that for that later on. Let me just pull up the Hetron chart in another way. Boom, let's pull up that one. And so we've got Hetron here is currently at, we've got Hetron here at 3643. And of course, the RSI are not overbought. So skimming along down the bottom there. So looking actually quite good from that point of view for Hetron. Just wonder whether we're going to, whether we're arcing through here and we're actually going to drop down. That's why I kind of feel that if I was to put a call on that, I'm kind of feeling maybe a 55, 45. Yes. So we'll see. We'll see whether that plays out. Probably just need a little more data today, maybe tomorrow. but maybe this is going to pull back. Let's see what happens. It may pull back and then rise again. Just depends on what big whales are playing around here at the moment. But that's kind of where I feel. Oh, well, it just reversed there to 3.7. So that's probably going to have to flip that call and to make it slightly stronger there. So we will see how we get on with that. All right, so that's where Hedron is at this stage. Still moving higher against what I think is slightly more likely to go down. So we'll find out, see how that plays out in the next day or two. Let's go to Acosa. I'm going to pull up Acosa here. Just pull up this random pair here. Actually, I don't want to pull up that. I want to pull up the, let me type it in here. Acosa, B3. We do Acosa again. Acosa. Acosa. Let's do, I'm going to pull this one in. And so we've got Acosa. Acosa at $1.20 at the moment. Acosa at $1.20. And of course, that is linked to Hex. So with HSI buybacks, it's kind of where we're at this stage. So cool, that is those markets. We're going to jump away and we're going to have a look at the BNB coins here. Let's have a look here. So Brian's given out some of those cool memberships. So let's see who took those up, who actually got them. What else did we got there? Dan's in the house there. Hey, Dan. Hey, Superman. Great stream, my man. Let's go, people. Hex is the future, and Maxi and Hedron Acosa will be the steroid ecosystem to boost Hex Bank. Man, we are in for a bright future. Well said, Adan. And we're also going to have Power City Flex coming as well. So it's doing a similar type of second layer derivative product. I hope that they launch on Ethereum first. I don't know if they're watching or anything, but man, I'd love them to see them after maybe further down the track when they're ready to launch on Ethereum, and then of course they can copy that over. It'll be copied over onto Ethereum. Hexodl says, "Oh well, dude, I was just about to renew mine. Stole my valet. Thanks, man." Says Hexodl. Nice work. What else there? Kate Fergus says, "Hi, Sandra. Tried to reply the other night, but the stream ended." What else there? My beer money for a few days. Taking break, says it's Brian. Nice one, Brian. Hey, thanks very much, Brian. That was really, really nice. And yeah, we much appreciated. Brian is head of our community mods, really. So in the Discord and on YouTube. So a big shout out to him. Also a star. He's a star on Gen Hex channel as well. You can see him there on Saturdays in US time. I like that one there, Pulse Unity. Sandra Larson in there. What else there? We got Wookie says it's like having a birthday party. Thanks, young man, says Wookie. What else there? Now we know who's been dumping Hex to pay for Hex token membership, says Hexodl. That's hilarious, man. Nice one, the Hexodl. Smash the like button, says Sandra. Yeah, definitely smash the like button. Now we've got an update from Sandy Beach, so we're going to talk about that soon. Thanks, Brian, says Christian Cole. Yeah, big shout out to Brian there. Pulse players in the house there. Hey guys, good to see a Pulse player. Brian says there's one Hex token channel member left. Who's going to get it? Matey's in there. Hey, Matey, good to see you. Thanks. Just got to click on gifts. Just got to click on allow gifts. There's Hexodl. Nice. Looks like someone got it. Who was it? I don't know who. We'll find out who got that. I'm looking here. Brennan's in the house there. Sandy Beach. Hey, there's Sandy Beach. I was going to talk about Sandy Beach. Now, Sandy Beach, just while I come back to the chart, but Sandy Beach gave us a little update earlier saying, hey, everybody, I'll be back to full-time moderating admin soon. Did I miss something? Says Sandy Beach. That's pretty funny. What is this? Pulsechain will meet faces. Sure, Grandma. Let's get you to bed. That's terrible. All right, cool. We're back to the BNB charts here, so we're going to get to that. Just catching up on some of the comments first. Maxi Hex ratio is pumping, says Hexodl. It is. Well said. Let's see some members only. What's it? Emoticons. Yeah, be loud and proud. Yeah, get those emojis in the chat there, folks. It is pretty cool. Let me just get rid of that. All right, cool. I almost actually deleted somebody's comment there. Can swap with free limit order. Maxi Hex ratio. Somewhat feels safely unless it really runs away. Can swap with free limit orders. Yeah, on Matcher. Well said there, Hexodl. CI in house. Oh, cool. Thank you, Brian. Nice one, Brian. Yeah, 5 new memberships from Brian. Isn't that awesome? Hello, Hex Token, everybody. Just popping in to say hi. Hey, thanks, Sandy Beach. Let's have a look here. Going through some of these. Wow, Brian, awesome. Yeah, Brian shocked us all. He shocked us all with 5 memberships. It was pretty nice. Didn't know Wookie could move so fast. Apparently, free is the key. Apparently, Patricia in house here. Whoop whoop. Salute X family. Hey, Patrice, good to see you. That chat looks like a Christmas tree. It certainly does. What else there? Okay, like leave you a large. It's a Hex.com dress shirt. May leave you a limited edition Hex skin jacket too. I'm out feeling generous. That's pretty funny. Hey, Briz, good to see you. Hey, everybody. And definitely smash the like button, says Sandra. What else there? Christmas has come early, says Brennan. Thanks, Brian, for the 5 Hex Token channel member giveaways. Pretty unexpected. I have no idea he was going to do that. That's fantastic. Anyone going to Vegas, says Hexkin? Yeah, Kate Fergus going to Vegas. And Briz is going to Vegas. Yeah. What else there? Welcome to all new members, says Sandy Beach. Absolutely. Briz is going to get wasted in Las Vegas. That's pretty funny. Let's go here, John, says Christian. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to jump through some of these comments. Let's go through those. Briz is going to be at a brewery all day Thursday in Las Vegas from Sunset, right off Fremont Street. Let me go here, jump through that. Looking forward to connecting with everybody, says Hexkin from Mexico. Nice haircut, Superman, says Briz. Hey, thanks for that. G'day from Sydney, said Andrew. Good to see you, Andrew, as well. I think that's probably it. So Sandy Beach says, have fun, everybody who's going to Vegas. I'm thinking maybe next year. Nice one. And Hex God Turtles in the house there. Howdy, Turtles. Hex God Turtle, everybody. You got to be a turtle to win it in Hex. And, of course, man, we had some big growth numbers in turtle power. I did that in a video the other day. It really did grow fast. All right, let's have a look here where we are on the BNB charts. Now, BNB, of course, is down, 0.9%. And, of course, we'll see where BNBs are. We got Pulse Dodge there, just under 0.4 of a penny. Not doing too much. We got P33 at 10.6 cents, also not doing too much. And finally, we've got IM there at 8,000, having a bit of trying to rebound there, but with a very wet candle. Went up to, actually did pretty well, actually trying to rebound. Went up to 9,778, so almost 10,000. It's currently it's 8,000 at the moment. So off with a low of 7,000. So trying to get something up there. So not too bad. Let's have a look at our airdrops. We've got the weight token at just under 0.6 of a penny, holding up pretty much in the range. You can see that since it's launched. Not many people have claimed, so it's not a lot of supply. Most people are accruing more weight tokens before Pulsechain launch. Let's have a look here. Pulse Dodge coin. It is doing okay. It's doing okay, $3.45. And it's probably, like I say, I think that Maxi's the first play. Then, of course, PLSD will be next, depending on when they launch. But I think that's kind of the general flavor. And, of course, that's still got the staking and deflation type of things coming with the Dodge Bitcoin as well. So we'll see. I'm going to be interested to see whether the developers done any interesting new gamification with that. That's what I'm looking at. So we'll see what we get there. So that may have another rally later on. And then we'll probably flow back into Hedron again for November. And in November with all the HSI buybacks. The liquidations going through. So it's going to be awesome. All right, cool. That is pretty much the markets. We're going to close out of the BNB and the airdrops. We're going to keep on to the Hex charts here. Hex at the moment, just under 4.1 cents. And, of course, the Maxi Hedron Premium at 95. Just moving higher here. Like I said, if we get back to two on this chart, we get back to 2, then that would be 2 Hex for 1 Maxi. But hey, I wouldn't be surprised if we get up to 3 Hex per 1 Maxi. I wouldn't be surprised, but hey, I don't know what it's going to do. I don't know what it's going to do. So, I think it's probably going to go up, but I don't know what level it's going to get to. The market will decide. All right, cool. Let's get over to, I think we've got the Hex Daily Stats coming out soon. So day 102. So we're currently in, 102. We're currently in day 1003. And we have got day 1002 results coming out. The next big day, of course, is the 3-year party for Hex, day 1095. So we're coming up, getting closer to that. So very, very cool. Yeah, you don't see a lot of haters out there many anymore. They're getting really rare because Hex is over 1,000 days old now, and of course just keeps growing and growing and growing. And we're pre-viral still, but definitely growing very well lately with the ICOSA derivatives. So these second layer derivatives, ICOSA, Hedron, Maximus, Base, Trio, Lucky Dicky, Team, these are all helping to accelerate the growth that we otherwise wouldn't have if they weren't out there. And of course, further down the track, we've got Power City Flex, which hopefully they will look. Hopefully, their team's going to look to review that because they don't know when Pulsechain's coming. So they might as well launch one of their products and become a real player. Now, what do we say? Become a real boy now. I'm a real boy now, says Powerflex. I'm a real boy now. So they might as well jump into the scene. And that would be pretty alpha. That'd be pretty alpha because Power City is going to be one of the top utility projects on Pulsechain. It'd be nice to see them launch on Ethereum there, and everyone will get a copy. It's like double the value, right? Double the value. Now, obviously, we've got the Hex data stats coming up. And, of course, we're going to talk about those results, day 1002. But we're going to get into the staking ladder. Someone asked about this earlier. We were going to talk about that. So let's go to the beginning of next year. And of course, this is what we're looking at here. This is the big stake coming out. We already saw these. We already had other candles which were quite significant, like 200 million, 300 million come out. And of course, this is the big one we're coming out here. So tomorrow's one, or the 31st. Let me just get into this. It's a bit jerky here on this one. Let me just get to. Okay, the 1st September, 1,273,000,000 is coming out. Most of that will probably just restake. There may be some interest selling though. And every so often, sometimes these candles, we do have big sellers or a big seller sell out of sometimes these candles, sometimes. But probably the chances that we'll end up restaking. Now, obviously, some of these players might be looking at the perpetuals, and they may be looking at the base, the Trio, Lucky, and the Dicky. So they may just hold some aside for liquid and participate in those. So that's possible too. We do have some decent candles after this, like all these candles here. All these 4 candles here, this 5th candle, they're all 300 million, 280 million, 280 million Hex each. So this is the front of the wave. And of course, but we only have 1 billion candle there, and that's made up of several stakes there. This used to be about 700-800 million, as I've said many times, but it got topped up with all the big stakes that came out in August, at the beginning of August, it topped that up. We do have a 449 million candle on the 11th September. But like I say, a lot of these are just kept on restaking moving forward. And you can see that they get lower and lower and lower as we move forward up to the end of the year. So these are going to dissipate. We're going to see lower and lower and lower candles as we move forward until we get out to one of those bigger candles in the future. That's kind of where we're going to be at the stage. Let's actually take a little bit longer view. That was just to the end of this year, which is September, October, November, 4 months. And of course, we're going to have a look at a bit further out of these staking candles. Let's go out, say, out to 23. We'll go out to a similar time in 23. So what would that be? That'd be September, August. It's very jerky on this chart for some reason. Let me just, look at that. See, it just jumped all the way from one part to the other part. We'll go out to August. We'll go out to the October. Yeah, boy, that's just not even let me focus on that. All right, so this is all the way out to the end of October next year. You can sort of see the candles coming up here. So we've still got quite a few in January, these candles. I mean, these candles are all like 300 mil. So we've still got quite a few. We're obviously getting rid of the billion candles and now moving into $300 million X candles. That's kind of where we're moving into. So still plenty of volume out there. But a lot of these do just keep restaking. These ones at the front do. These ones here have obviously been staked out longer. So we'll see how they go. Obviously, when people stake back at the beginning of Hex, they would have put it out to certain periods like this, out into 23 and stuff like that. All right, cool. That's where we are there on the stakes. Day 1002 will be coming out soon. So we'll get into that. Let's get into the chat here. Chat is just racing away. I can't keep up with the chat. So I apologize, and I apologize for my cough as well. Let me have a little drink here. Where else are we up to at the stage? Let me see here. I'll get up to that. I'm going to have to put the mic on. Yeah, it's a bit better. RA could back it with his bank account. Hex God Turtle, I'm expecting certain things from RH. It's just my speculation, but maybe that's for another live stream. Hex Sales at the end of 555, it's about 7 Hex and Hedron for Maxi at this T-share payouts. That's right, but it can get better. That's true, Hex Huddle. That is conservative in my view, because the Hex payout per T-share, that's based on a base assumption, and of course I think it's going to get absolutely massive on there. Oh, Empty Coiner, woohoo! Empty Coiner gifted 5 Hex token memberships. There's 5 memberships up to grabs. All you have to do is hit the gift there. The gift and the gift. The gift tab, and you'll be able to get access to those. Empty Coiner, you legend. Brian and Empty Coiner in the house. Big shout out to both of them. And of course, we're gonna have a lot more Hex Token channel members in the chat there. It's gonna be some awesome party time. Click on allow gifts to get it all. It says Hex Huddle. Nice one there. Very, very nice gift from both of you. Got to do a shout down, bow down to Empty Coiner for that. Another one in the house. That's pretty crazy. Dan says, I agree, PowerFlex, man, is this ecosystem get better every day. I wish that some can design a dashboard combined to all Hex system to monitor them like Staker app would be amazing. Hey, Dan, that's a really good idea. We actually have a developer in the chat there. Maybe they could do it. We actually have a developer in the chat, so maybe they could think about that. That's a really good idea. Obviously, we kind of have we have different components doing it, like Alex's, but that's really cool. Buy the dip Hexkin, says Hex Fitty. That's true. I thought Liquid Lines will be a stable. Liquid Lines will be a stable coin. LUSD, no USDL. Respect is L. Good to see you. That's going to be the Beastie Boy. USDL will be the Beastie Boy on Pulsechain. We need a native stable coin. So it's great to have that, and it's going to be backed by Pulse, which is cool. Honey Dip says, about to do my monthly Hex DCA buy. Nice one, under 10 cents is a steal. Nice one, Honey Dip. Nice one. We got to do the bow down for that too. Anytime people are buying Hex, that's how we rock. This is Hex Token channel after all, and of course we that's all we do. We promote Pulsechain and Hex and Pulse Hex. Crypto Pay was gifted a membership by Empty Coiner. Nice. Crypto Freedom was gifted a membership by Empty Coiner. I actually didn't even see those in the chat there. Patrice was gifted a membership by Empty Coiner. Honey Drippers was gifted a membership by Empty Coiner. So those are the 5 people that have received the Empty Coiner one. Now we must have the one from Brian further up that I didn't read. Maybe it just didn't show up. I don't know. Having a look back up there at Brian's comments. So the studio for StreamYard doesn't show up these other bits that come through from there. So yeah, some crazy stuff there. Actually, I can't see Brian's put his in there, but oh yeah, CI. So CI was gifted a membership by It's Now Brian, which is cool. What else we got? Must have a few others in there. Only show me one there. Wookie was gifted a membership by Brian. Nice one. And Christian Collin was gifted a membership by Brian. Brennan was gifted a membership by Brian. And, of course, Hex Huddle was gifted a membership by Brian. Nice one. So big shout out to those 2 awesome community members for that beautiful gift. Appreciate that. Get that dip. I have some good orders. I give some good orders. Hey, we got day 1002 hot off the press. Let's get into it, folks. And, of course, we've got the 30th of August. We've got the price at 4.077, down 2.6% from yesterday. We have the payout per T-share, 6.178 Hex per T-share. And, of course, the T-share rate is at T-share price, at $950. The T-share rate has gone up quite a bit there. Probably not surprising since we had so many big whales come out in the day. And so we're up 11.3. So I think if I remember this rightly, this is based on the longest stake coming out with their yield return. And that's what lifts the share rate. So we're at 11.3 there. It's a pretty big day. So we're at 23,299 is the T-share rate at the moment. Now, obviously, you can get this 3 times cheaper if you stake for 10 years. So I think yesterday someone asked me about how much Hedron it was for how much Hedron for one T-share, and I calculated 260 million. Obviously, that'd be about 80 million if you were just doing a 10-year stake, so it'd be a lot cheaper. The average stake length was 6.56 years. The average percentage yield rate yield, which is inflation from Hex and emergency in-state penalties, is 37.85%. So it's pretty nice. We're up 10 million on the liquidity in Hex, and of course we're looking forward. Hopefully, we'll get quite a bit of that eaten up by the launch of the team, and particularly the perpetuals, and potentially that could launch any time this week, potentially, if it all goes well with the audit. Liquidity pool. Now, we are going to get a launch date, so I don't know. I kind of felt maybe the 1st of September, but we are getting pretty close to that, so maybe it could be the 2nd or 3rd of September, something like that. We'll see. It's going to be ASAP, so as soon as possible. Yeah. We've got $11.2 million in the pool, down from $11.5 million yesterday. 1147 Ethereum. We're going to jump over to the T-shares. So yeah, look at us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and decreases in T-shares. So the ownership pool is getting smaller. We got 10,421,000 T-shares in there. That means that you're pretty much, generally speaking, getting a higher payout. We've got the rewards pool with inflation and penalties. We got the ownership pool with T-shares. T-shares stands for trillions of shares, which basically there are 10.4 million trillion shares. And of course, that means that if you change any of the reward pool or the ownership pool with T-shares, your Hex payout per T-share changes. And in the future, we're expecting the Hex payout per T-share to be really high. Really high there. So if you think that 6.2 is good now, we think that's going to be much, much higher in the future. So as the T-shares get harder to get, because the share rate is going up all the time. All right, so let's jump through that. We see a little change in circulating supply. So the circulating supply decreasing by 81 million, but the stake supply there increasing 115 million. So it's cool. Nice to see some staking, restaking there. That's what Hex is all about, is staking, getting those T-shares. Stake percentage of coins is 9.66% of all Hex's stake now, so that's cool. Penalties are relatively low there, 700,000. And of course, let's look at the growth numbers. Hex is growing all the time. 132 new stakers. We're up to 107,174. Now, this is quite low. Like, this is really good. So this is actually good staking. But if you think about when we go, as we go from pre-viral to viral, you could see these numbers being 4 digits every day, maybe even 5-digit numbers we could possibly get under the right growth circumstances. But let's say 4-digit numbers definitely are very plausible. And so imagine getting that every day as we get more viral. So very cool. That and I've got the wallets up 31. So there's 309,902 current holders with 107,174 stakers. Now our total holder numbers is up at 490,916. That's up 271. So our next target there is 500,000, and we're getting pretty close. It's 500,000 at the moment. Of course, we're on day 1,003. We've got 6.129x per T-share payout. Very, very cool. All right, let's jump over to. I think we're going to jump out of that. Now, I didn't talk about Pulse Bitcoin. We haven't had any update around this, around the staking yet. So once we do get some information around this, we'll talk about that. That is probably the next play after the team and the perpetuals come out. Now, the Hedron deployer, let's talk about that briefly. Hedron deployer there. Now, I'm sure that you guys are enjoying, if you've got WhatsApp NFTs, no one else has burned another WhatsApp NFT. We only had that small one burn on day one. So the WhatsApp NFTs are intact. There's currently 17.2 million USD in the Hedron deployer. I'm going to be fascinated to see what this does in the future because it is holding some pretty interesting positions, very powerful positions. And of course, it's got Hedron at the moment, or just 2.4 trillion Hedron there. It's got USDC at 3.3 million Hex. It's got a 79 million Hex in there, Stable million, and of course, it's got which I think is even more interesting. It's got Maxi. I can't find the Maxi. Where's the Maxi gone? Let's go to Maxi. It's got Maxi. Where's the Maxi? Oh, there it is. There. So it's got 27 million of Maxi, and this is after it burnt 1 million Maxi. Yeah, that's fascinating. So Hedron deployer there, number one. I'm just interested. What will it do? Will it put some of this into the team token? Let me know in the chat if you think it's going to put some of this Maxi into the team token. And of course, it will be able to benefit from the team token I don't know the code that well, but maybe it can pay out benefits to ACOSA holders and Hedron holders if it's got dividends coming from elsewhere. That would be pretty fascinating. Let me know in the chat there if you've seen any alpha on that. That's pretty much it with that. Now, if you haven't gotten to our Discord, we're heading up to 700 members in our Discord. We've got 673 at the moment. So definitely get in there. If you are a Hex Token channel member now, there's many of you have just been added. Let me know in the chat. Let one of the moderators know. We've got obviously the moderators on the right here in red. Let us know, and we will change your name to purple if you are a Hex Token channel member. So standard members are in blue. You also get access to the private Hex Token channel members chat on Discord. The link is in the video description to join the Discord, of course. Now, we choose to keep it as safe as possible. Like, we get rid of all the spammers and people that try to copy Superman's name and things like that. And we try to do our best to get to that. And, of course, we have great information, great community in there, so it's well worth getting in there for sure. We're spreading the word about Pulsechain, Pulsex, and Hex in Discord, and we love doing it. It's good. All right, let's close out that. That is pretty much how we're doing. 1 hour and 1 minute. We're doing pretty good. We're going to jump back to the markets. We've got the BTC at 19,954, just recovering a little bit there, trying to get back over 20K again. We've got ETH at 1549. That is really our only hope, as it were. I'm using that out of the movie, and that is that we've got the merge coming up on the 15th. That's really cool. Let's see if we get a second bullish move on that one for Ethereum. And of course, at the moment, we're going to jump out of the Hex chart there, but we're going to go to our quad charts. And let's see where we are. We've got Hex there on the hourly and the premium on Maxi looking really nice. All right. Let's see. We've got some more comments here. I'm probably miles behind. Kate Figure says, I just keep stacking Hex. Don't care about anything else. Although, yes, I did sack Pulsechain, Pulsex, which is nice. I think that's a pretty awesome position there, Kate Figure. That is pretty awesome. What else there? I meant to put Hedron, ACOSA, Maxi, and PowerSlex all in one app. That would be amazing. I agree with you. USDL will be the stable when it launches, I believe. Yeah, we need a strong stable for Pulsechain. And, of course, USDL will be that because it's going to be backed externally. So it's not backed by another token within the platform. It's backed by Pulse Dogecoin. Sorry, PLS. Sorry, it's backed by PLS. All right, cool. What else there? Nice one, MT, says KD. Absolutely nice one. And allow gifts to get the memberships. Yep, I think we're going to jump through all those. We've got lots of people in the house there. Patricia Respect. MT Coiner with a lot of the emojis coming in there. CL as well. Nice one. Very cool. Christmas has come early, says Exotle. I like it. That's true. I know nothing of gifts, says Kate Figure. I know nothing. Honey Drippers in there. OMG. Thank you. Yeah, nice one to see you there. Honey Drippers. A big shout out to all those who received those awesome Hex Token channel members from Brian. All right, let me just scroll back up here. From Brian and MT. From Brian and MT Corner. Big shout out to you both. Let me jump through some of this. Crypto Pay, thanks, mate. Woohoo! Nice, pushing the range of Superman, but with a lot of his memberships. Yes, very nice. Appreciate the support on the channel. We have an app being designed to work with Pulse Unity Social and would love to get some input from the community, says Pulse Unity. Oh, nice one. We'll get into Discord, Pulse Unity, and might be able to talk about that in the new tokens chat there, depending on what it is. If it's around Pulsechain, you can keep it in the Richard Hart chat. We have two different chats. Thank you, Brian, says CL. J-Man in the house. Good to see you, J-Man. Kate Figure says, check out From. I'll have to look at that. Sandy Beach says, this is the best RH ecosystem channel. So glad to be part of the wonderful community. Hey, Sandy Beach, appreciate that. It is a wonderful community. We've got so many cool people. It really is neat. And making the journey really fun, right? Makes the journey really, really fun. What else there? Let's jump through some of this. We're going to jump through all those. Jumping through all those comments. I'm going fast through these comments at the moment. Let's go through all that. Going through all that as well. Going through. Yep. Crypto Freedom. Woohoo! Good to see Crypto Freedom. Yeah, Hex PLS, PLSX for the win. That's correct. And Kate Figures says That's his position. That's the optimal position on this channel, as you guys know. That is what we like to promote. Hit the likes, absolutely hit the likes there. Now we're hoping for a Hex Token channel pump on the hourly. We'll see how we get on. We're up to now 5 now. CL in there, nice one. We are in here. It says Pulse Unity. What else do we there? Someone is going to crack on WhatsApp. Yeah, well, I said to you, Wookie, I think it's going to happen in November, obviously with the big yield. I think that's when we're going to probably see that possibly. UFOs in the house there. I love your daily news, Hex Token, and posting your fans' comments gets more stars. Keep up the great content. Hey, you're welcome, UFO. It's a pleasure, man. Pleasure. When released, will Pulse and PulseX work on Treasure? Yeah, Treasure's. You'll be able to see you should be able to see all that stuff on there. Treasure's just the keys to your wallet, so you just need the MetaMask gateway to see your Pulsechain tokens. I think that's right. No, just basic Hex little channel with pump video if you want to see my face. That's Hex Total. Cool. All right, so let us wrap that up. So I think we're going good there. We're going to have a look at the prices. That's the market's hold. It looks like it's on a bit of a rebound. We may get a little bit of rebound there, which may pose well for Hex. Hex here just sitting around the 4-cent mark here. Seems to be a place where it likes to be. And, of course, the Maxi is looking really good, 95% premium. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets up to 200 today. I wouldn't be surprised with that at all over the next, say, 12 hours or something. And, of course, this is before it even launches. Could we get up to 3? Hex Hodl, let me know in the chat what you think about that, whether we get up to 3 Hex to 1, 3 Hex to 1 Maxi. Let me know in the chat there. Anyone can let me know if you think we're going to do that. Just go for gold. All right, so we're going to jump out of Hex Daily Stats. Now, we haven't got a lot of news around the place, as far as I can tell. We're going to have a quick look at Richard Hart. So it's a pretty quiet day on the news front. And, of course, the big news was Maxi's audit coming. But we got Richard's posting fashion here, 4,000 Gucci. And I think, it takes a little while to get used to wearing these clothes, but I think Richards has eased into them. Obviously, he owns hundreds of these type of things, it seems, but definitely is the case there. Yeah. All right, so let's have a look at, I don't know, we haven't had anything from Rack and Rochelle for a while. Remember, he bought all that equipment to be a increase his profile, and he seems to have stopped for a while. So I'm not sure what's happened there. He seems to have stopped for a while as Rack and Rochelle, so we have to wait for that. Now, Mintra has a few things on as well. Don't forget, Mintra is giving away 250 tickets. I don't know if that's finished yet. Pulsechain Mansion Party, 250 tickets giveaway, and so you can get access to that on Mintra. So that's cool. I'll post the link to that if you want to go to that. If you are going to Las Vegas and you want to go to the Nugabo party, that is the way to go. Hex Hodl says, if Maxi is 3 Hex, I'd rather have Hex back till it goes back to around 2. Yes, I would agree with you on that, 100%. Maxi may work to 3, but not stabilize long enough for swaps, so set limit orders. Yeah. I would agree with all of that. Yeah, that seems to be the case there. How mate, it says thoughts on Dodeca. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. I gave my thoughts yesterday, or was it the day before on Dodeca? We'll have a quick look at that. But the problem with Dodeca is the problem that you have with all those type of tax coins is that as soon as it loses interest, people lose interest in it. The trade volume goes down, and you don't get all the Hex that you thought you were going to do. So you have to staking Hex, but if people stop trading, then you don't. And the value of the asset goes down. It tanked the day after I said it. Remember, I was talking about that, and then it tanked the day after. So yeah, it gone right down. So it's 50 cents now. When I was talking about it, it was over $1. It was like back up here somewhere. And then after I talked about the fact that if the trade volume goes down, it can really just sell off, and it sell off like down 50%, down to 51 cents there. Yeah. Now the trade volume, of course, is what you're interested in terms of buying Hex and getting those Hex dividends. So if you have 369, if you have 369 Dodeca, you end up getting paid the Hex dividends. If you don't below that, you don't. So yeah, at the moment you can get twice as much, like get it cheaper now because it was up at $1. you'd have to pay $369. Now you can pay half the price. That's 50 cents. But you still got the same issue with the trade volume. That's where I'm curious. So I do like the idea. Problem is the floor is the floor, and it is this, that you need to have people still interested in the project and clicking over. So it's really from the trading point of view, as opposed to a store of value like Hex is. So it's risky with that one. But we will see. It's definitely come down 50 cents. And hey, yeah, it was funny that it did it. Could it go down even further, down to 10 cents, 15? So that's what happens. Bleeds out. So we'll see. Now it's had 184 buys, 545 sells. But I'm not sure what people got the issue price for. I don't know what that was. That's where it is at the moment. So 6 hours, 40 buys, 121 sells. 1 hour, 5 buys, 15 sells. 5 minutes, one buy, 30 sells there. 176K in trading volume today. I'm not sure what the daily, it's only been around for a few days, isn't it? Let me look at the daily candle here. What's it been around for? 6 days. So it hasn't been around that long. So 24 hours down 32%, but up 34% on 6 hours. So, that's probably on this one here. The wick candle wick down yesterday to 35 cents. 35 cents, my goodness. Only the 2 days before it was up at $1.42. So it went from $1.42 down to 35 cents. AKA, if you bought up here, you were wrecked from that point of view. It has managed to climb back to 51 cents at the moment. So cool. I like the idea of getting Hex dividends. Who doesn't? We all like that idea. But like I said, the trading volume is going to be the issue there. And if the community waivers falls off, there's so many other projects that distract, and the big early players take out the capital, and then they go somewhere else, right? That's the risk there. So just remember that it's not a store of value like Hex is from that point of view, because it's that's the way it is. All right, cool. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts about that in the chat. Let me know. All right, so we're coming up to an hour and 15. We're going to wrap up on that shortly. Let me get into some more comments. Have a good day. Kate Ferguson, have a good day to good night all week every says Kate Ferguson. A nice one. Appreciate that. I think we love that. Love wearing the glasses, says Sandy Beach. Sandy Beach having a great time at the beach. So some of those images are great. May Wick to 3. Yeah, I think we talked about that. RH is looking slimmer, says Sandy Beach. He is looking slimmer. Cool. What else? We're going to jump away from that. We're going to wrap up in a minute or two. So just winding down. I'll be back on again in 5 hours' time for our second live stream. And we'll see if we've got any new news. We will cover that. And, of course, the prices as well. Richard Outfits are 100x to Vitalik, says Brendan. Yeah, through that. Maxi Hex ratio has been in a decent range, says Exotle. What else there? These reflections usually die out with no volume and low price at the end, 6XL. Yeah, that's kind of my point. So well summed up there, Exotle. The monies people spend on Dodeca could have bought Hex with it. How long do you have to wait for the recover the loss? Yeah, well, it may go to, it can slowly die off into low volume, low asset value. I haven't researched Dodeca yet, so I haven't bought it. I'll watch your video, Hex Token. Yeah, I haven't really done much on that. All I've made it was a comment, Sandy Beach. I actually haven't done a video on it. The only one that I know that's done a video on it was David Feder. Maybe some others have done it, but David Feder did one. So well worth watching David Feder's video. But like I say, Hexotle summed it up really great. The reflection tokens, they sort of die off. People, community leaves. The big holders at the beginning end up selling out the profit and draining the pool. That's pretty much it. Hex to 10 cents, says Dave Dunner. Yeah, possible with the perpetuals. It's possible with the perpetuals there, David Dunner. We will see how much of the perpetual, how big they are, whether they all sell out and at 600 mil, and how much actually goes to buy on the market. Whether it's going to be 10%, we'll find out. But it's definitely bullish regardless. Definitely going to give some buying pressure to Hex, that's for sure. Just how much is the question. Vitalik Shalong looking bullish. RH has competition, says our man. All right, it's a family channel. Let's keep it family channel. All right, we're going to wrap it up there. It's an hour and a quarter. Hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. And of course, catch you in 5 hours' time. Let us play out some funky music with Power City Core. looking forward to Power City, and yeah, let's go. Bam. Peace out, everybody. Take care. Thanks, Ryan and MC Corner for the Hex Token giveaway. Awesome stuff. And welcome to all the Hex Token channel members to represent twice a lot day, man. We're going to be ripping it up and taking over crypto together. All right, bye.
Pulsechain does, the world's largest free airdrop. I should probably tell them. Let's do it. If you guys have any coins on Ethereum, ERC20s, Hex Stakes, Ethereum itself, you're going to get a free copy of all that on a chain I created called the Pulsechain. You can go play around the testnet right now. Go play with your coins. Pulsechain.com. Awesome. It's going to help get the Ethereum fees down. It's got higher throughput. It's deflationary. It burns 25% or more of the fees. There's no inflation. It never mints new coins. And it's going to be the world's largest free airdrop. So people love free money, and they don't like high fees. And this addresses all those issues. It's really cool.
So I put 10,000 into it early, super early. I bought the rumor, right?
Right.
What kind of return?
I never speak about. I'm very careful as a founder. Elon Musk isn't, so he gets sued by the SEC all the time. Now, I don't have a security. There is no critical managerial entrepreneurial effort. There is no pool into which people put money with the expectation of profits so it can work with others. This is very specific legal language I'm using to show you that Hex removes the risk of securities. There is no middleman that can screw you. You always mint your own rewards. You always perform your own labor. You are the network. You are the effort. And so I'm very careful to make price predictions. And I almost never make them. I do them for Bitcoin. I do them for Ethereum. But in Hex, I almost never make them. And it's also harder to predict Hex, to tell you the truth, because it's such, the price moves around so much. Right. It's harder to predict. So Bitcoin did 690 million %, which is a 669, what the hell? 690,000x it did. Ethereum did about 20,000x. Went from 31 cents at the crowd sale on average. You could have bought it earlier and got it lower, or you could have bought the dip on Kraken when it went to like 15 cents. Now it's $1,600, was 5,000. So it did probably 20,000x. Hex did a 10,000x. I can list you a lot of other coins that did a lot of X's. In cryptocurrency, doing a lot of X's is very possible. And so could Pulse do the same 10,000x that Hex did in the same time frame, or possibly even quicker? Yes, it could. The likelihood of that event, I don't know. And that's an important number. I'm a smart dude, but I can't predict the future.
Just like you just said earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
So could it do a 10,000x in 620 days, 623 days? Sure, it could. That's what Hex did. So I when I invented Hex, I wanted it to outperform Ethereum, and Ethereum had done a 14,000x in 2.5 years, is what it did. It went from 31 cents to $1,400, maybe 1,500, depending on what exchange you're using. And it did that over 2.5 years. And I said, well, we've got better game theory. I coined the term pump-o-metals. I don't use that term as often because people are, don't think it's as funny as they once did. And so we beat that target. And now, I look at the Pulsechain chat room, there's 60,000 people in it. I look at the Hex chat room, there's only 40,000 people in it. And Hex has been around for years.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think Pulsechain has a lot of really strong advantages in that it's easier to understand. Yeah, it's Ethereum, but it's faster, higher throughput, cheaper, and the world's largest free airdrop. And it saves the environment.
No brainer.
No brainer. Right. It's no brainer.
This coin does something. This thing does something.
Yeah.